Jealousy and envy are very, very natural experiences. And honestly, I feel like if you are not envied or there isn't jealousy on you, then you're probably not living up to your full capacity and potential. And maybe even being too much of a people pleaser. Because when you are in your frequency unapologetically, this will inspire others to step into that frequency of themselves. And if they are not, yeah, they're gonna look at you and want something from you. So, hi, my name is Yasemin, and I am a Venusian High Priestess, spellcaster, and I use my words to help folks transform their way of being. Okay, I channel a lot of information, and also this comes from lifetimes of doing this, and it is embodied. Everything I share, I've lived, all right? Because anything that comes out of my mouth, I understand that I will also experience it in this real world. Okay. Now, if you want to go deeper into this type of content, I have my Venusian library, my Patreon. I write extensively on these topics, and I also have my 14-day warrior program that teaches you how to harness your energy, and there are specific chapters around envy and jealousy, how to alchemize it, because all of us, I don't care who you are, will experience some form of jealousy. And to me, jealousy is just admiration and love not expressed, and we keep it inside, and we don't allow ourselves to create with the energy, and so it turns from beauty and love into venom. And then we have to drink the venom, we have to figure out how to pull the venom out of ourselves. It's a form of self-sabotage, okay? So let's jump into the topic of jealousy and envy. First, let's talk about what that energy is, okay? So what that energy is a concentration, and it is an obsession on something that we desire in someone else, right? It can be a certain body, a certain lifestyle, success, a goal, a relationship, a family dynamic. There are so many things that we desire and we want. It's very natural. It's very natural, okay? Now, when this starts to become negative, it starts to enter into the territory of hyperfixation and desiring and wanting to take it from that person. Energetically, what that is, it starts to drop down your frequency. So when you experience this within yourself, within your cells, you are telling yourself that there's a scarcity within this experience. When you see that someone has a certain relationship online and you are desiring it and you're obsessing about it and you're trying to look for the flaws in it, you are quite literally programming your cells and your belief systems to say that can exist. That's all performative. And you are affirming that within your reality. So you're creating this jealousy within yourself, okay? Now, when we are projecting that vibration, that frequency, we are also putting that mental thought pattern towards that person. And we are putting that energetic experience towards that person, okay? So that is our frequency, because we are always communicating in frequency. Through our words, through our thoughts, through our emotions, all of it is a communication system. Now, let's say that you are on the receiving end of that energy, right? You're on social media, we're putting ourselves out here to experience it, okay? You're on the receiving end of that as envy. What can happen is if you are not aware of that energy, then since it is a slower vibration, it can hit you, and now there can be maybe some confusion, there can be delay around your life or something that you've shared, right? There can almost be this Mercury retrograde moment, and that's because there is co-creation that is happening. You are pulling in someone else's envy, jealousy, energy into you and on you. And if you're not aware of protecting your energy, then things like mistakes, slower momentum to your goals can happen, fear, even physical things can start to happen to you, right? But I'm going to teach you how to transform it. All right, because we transform all energy. For me, it's about understanding energy, not being ashamed or fearful of it, and transforming it to our benefit. So once we can identify what envy is, and let's take a closer experience of what envy could be. Maybe you're being envied by a friend, because usually that happens, right? That the ones around us become envious because as we start to grow and transform, then they knew the older versions of ourselves, and this current version is inspiring them to ascend. And if they're not ascending and they're not professing their love and excitement and genuine joy for your evolution, but now they're looking at you like competition with their current version, then what we can experience is diffusing our winds. It can look like leading us in the wrong direction. It can sound like not acknowledging your power, your growth, but keeping you in the past version of yourselves. All of that is subtle little jabs at your success, your wealth, your power, whatever you have inside yourself. It's to keep you contained, because if you get any bigger, then you will be more threatening to their ego. You will be more threatening to their secret desires and shadows that they have within themselves, which is why they want to contain you. They want to pull you into this space of control with them, because this is where they feel safe. And that's natural. People all want to feel safe. However, we need to identify that that is the tactic that is being used on us. And you can consent to it or not. We don't need to shame that person. We just need to identify it. Now, once we identify there is jealousy and there is envy that is being projected onto us, whether it's the close person next to us, whether it is on social media, once you start to get in tune with this energy, you can start to become sensitive to it, okay? But this is also, disclaimer, in conjunction with us healing our nervous system and healing those belief systems that no one likes us. And I'm speaking from experience. I've had to do a lot of work on that because I have been bullied my whole entire life because of envy. I've had to do a lot of internal programming and work on I'm worthy of having beautiful, harmonious relationships where people love me, not just because of what they need from me or because of whatever I have, but it's because they genuinely value my essence. I had to work on that, and that was my internal work. So if this is your call to do that work within yourself, do that work within yourself so you stop attracting just people that are envious around you. No. You are deserving of relationships where both people are excited when the other person grows, because that's more momentum and that increases our container for what we can receive into this world together. Okay. Now, once we identify that we do have envy, we do have jealousy around us, this is where we protect. This is where you limit your exposure to these people. You don't need these people in the next phase of your life, because obviously they're already telling you that you've outgrown them. And there's no shame, no shade at all. Instead, this is about you protecting your energy. There needs to be no drama. Just let me distance myself from you as you go into the journey and you figure out what that energy is about yourself. Because I've also found that sometimes people are aware of what they're doing, and when I call them out, it feels like I am now the enemy, or I am shaming them about what they're doing, and it's just like, there's no need for that. So I create distance. Go and find your joy, your success, your health, your wealth, whatever it is. And once you start to feel good about yourself, once we come into alignment again, it's like I'm not the enemy, because I'm no longer casting a shadow on what it is that you want in your life and in your desires. Beautiful. No drama, no nothing. And maybe they never do that, and that's totally fine. It's all good. Another technique, which will be a solid video on itself, is privacy. Once you detect envy and jealousy, you must become private. Be very protective over every ounce of information that you share online, especially with this person. This is, again, will be a totally different video, because I know oversharing, especially for neurodivergent people and water placements, it's really difficult for us to put those boundaries. But once you start to sense that, create space. Give yourself a 24-hour window of when you share online, what you share, because your feelings might change, and your understanding of, am I prepared to bring in this type of energy to co-create with me? Yes or no? Make a decision and then share. If it's a no, 10 out of 10 times usually it's a no for me, I won't share, because I'm like, you know what? I don't need to continue to fan those flames of jealousy. Instead, I want to honor my process, and when I feel energetically that I'm protected more, then I will share. Then I'll say checkmate, because I'm not sharing my process. I'm showing you my success, my results, and then I'll show you the steps. And a visualization technique that you can do, and an incantation, is imagine white light all around yourself, and put the incantation that I transform and alchemize all energies of envy and jealousy sent my way, and I run that energy to the bank. It makes me more money, more success, more wealth, more health. Thank you for showing me where I am strong. I will continue to empower that space within myself. All right, my loves, I love you. I pray this was helpful. This empowers you to continue to step forward, and remind you there are people here that love to see you shine. I love to see you shine. All right. 14-day program in my bio, or follow me in the Venusian Library, because we get cuter over there too. I love you.